Ever found yourself at a crossroads, scratching your head because it seems like every choice is a bad one? Well, guess what? Today we've got a super cool story that's going to show you how to tackle problems like a boss. Even when you feel like your choices are squeezed into a tiny box, there's always a path to break free. Get ready to be absolutely amazed by the sheer brilliance of a certain young Italian girl in today's story. Her quick thinking and clever maneuvering are about to blow your mind. This story serves as a powerful reminder that no matter how sticky a situation may appear, there's always a sneaky, ingenious way to find your way out of it. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, grab some popcorn, and let's dive into this epic tale. Get ready to be inspired. Many years ago, in a quaint Italian village, there lived a merchant with a young, radiant daughter. This merchant also owned a modest business. However, fate wasn't exactly showering him with gold coins, and he found himself drowning in financial troubles. With no other lifeline in sight, he reluctantly decided to take a hefty loan from a rather unsavory character, a loan shark. This loan shark was no Prince Charming. He was a weathered, unattractive fellow who, oddly enough, harbored a peculiar fondness for the merchant's beautiful daughter. Time rolled on, and it turned out that the poor merchant was about as successful at paying back his debt as a fish is at climbing a tree. The situation was grim, and that's when a deviously clever notion struck the loan shark. This loan shark, who usually had dollar signs for eyeballs, offered a deal that sounded too sweet to be legit. I mean, loan sharks aren't exactly known for being charitable, right? So what kind of offer could possibly come out of those fishy lips? Well, the loan shark offered to erase the merchant's debt entirely. But of course, there was a catch, and it was a huge one. He wanted the merchant's daughter's hand in marriage. What's a broke merchant to do in the face of such a devilish proposal? Well, stay tuned, because this story is about to take a seriously interesting turn. No doubt about it, when the loan shark laid out his terms, he might as well have asked for the moon. The merchant and his daughter weren't having any of it. Their faces screamed disgust loud enough to wake the whole village. This offer was a hard no. But the loan shark wasn't ready to call it quits just yet. He had another trick up his sleeve. There they stood, on the ground beneath their feet, a collection of black and white pebbles, minding their own business. That's when the loan shark, with a glint in his eye that would give anyone the creeps, declared he'll pick up one black pebble and a white one, and then put them in a bag. Here's where it gets interesting. The loan shark laid it out plain and simple. The daughter had to dip her hand into the bag and pull out a pebble. If it turned out to be black, bingo! The debt would vanish into thin air, but she'd be walking down the aisle with Mr. Loan Shark himself. If it was white, same deal with the debt, but no marriage bells. At first, the merchant and his daughter were hesitant. I mean, who could blame them? Marrying this shady character wasn't exactly a dream come true, but then the merchant's practical side started doing the math. It seemed like a pretty good deal on the surface. Just hope and pray for that white pebble and everything would be fine. What could possibly go wrong? As the loan shark bent over to gather two pebbles, the daughter's keen eyes didn't miss a thing. She watched like a hawk as he selected not one, but two black pebbles, and casually dropped them into the bag. The situation suddenly felt even more ominous. With a crooked smile, the loan shark turned to the daughter and handed her the bag. He urged her to reach in and choose one. Facing such a tricky situation, the daughter found herself at a crossroads of heartache and despair. Instinctually, her first thought was to call out the loan shark's foul play and expose his deceit for all to see. But then, reality hit her like a ton of bricks. If she blew the whistle on this scheme, It was almost certain that the loan shark would fly off the handle, tearing the deal into pieces. And considering her father's bleak financial situation, that could mean a lifetime of debt and misery. The second option, refusing to pick any pebble, wasn't much better. It would likely lead to the same outcome, her father drowning in insurmountable debt. That left her with the toughest decision of all, choosing a pebble, fully aware that it would be black, and sacrificing her own happiness to secure her father's freedom. It was a bitter pill to swallow. No matter which way she looked at it, there seemed to be no easy way out. It was a cruel twist of fate, forcing her to choose between her own dreams and her father's well-being. But guess what? This is precisely where the magic of creative thinking comes into play. You see, when life throws lemons at you, you don't always have to make lemonade. Sometimes you can whip up an entirely unexpected and delightful concoction. Now, before we spill the beans on what the girl did, do us a solid and give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying this video so far. Now, let's dive back into the tale and see just how our clever heroine wiggled her way out of this tangled web. As she dipped her hand into the bag, fully aware that her fate hung in the balance, she picked a pebble from the bag, and in one smooth motion, accidentally let one of the black pebbles fall back among the mix of other black and white pebbles on the ground. Now, with only one pebble left in the bag, logic told them that it had to be the opposite color of the one she had initially chosen. After all, the loan shark had claimed to put two different colors in there, right? The loan shark, who probably thought he was the sharpest tool in the shed, was left dumbfounded as he stared at that single black pebble in his bag. Caught in his own trap, he had no choice but to play along, pretending that the pebble the daughter dropped was white. He begrudgingly agreed to clear her father's debt. In a twist of fate, the clever daughter had outsmarted the scheming loan shark, securing her father's freedom without having to make the ultimate sacrifice. The day was won through wit and quick thinking. What a stroke of genius maneuvering that turned an almost impossible situation into a triumph of wit and creativity. Hard work and perseverance are crucial in facing life's challenges, no doubt. However, this tale highlights that there are moments when unconventional thinking can be the ultimate game changer. It's a reminder that even in the direst of circumstances, when it feels like you're boxed in with no way out, a fresh perspective and a bit of creative thinking can pave the way for ingenious solutions. The story of the clever daughter teaches us that sometimes, when it seems like you're cornered with limited options, you can craft your own path to victory. Seeing problems from different angles and keeping an open mind can be the key to finding solutions that others might miss. Life can indeed be challenging and sometimes unfair, but with the right mindset and a bit of creativity, you can turn the odds in your favor. If this story has inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with your family and friends so they too can be inspired and learn the power of creative thinking in the face of adversity. See you in the next video.